Hello and welcome to PlayStation Racer. My name is Mitchell Morgan and today, yes, it's arrived. We've got the Logitech Pro bass and pedals, and this video we're going to do a very quick unboxing just to have a look at what is inside the box and my very first impressions of what I think about the products and the quality. And then there'll be a second video which I will do, again a very short video, with it mounted to the rig, assuming all goes well. So first of all, I'm going to open up the box. Now, one of the things I should say before I actually do that is, unfortunately, the boxes have got one or two holes in them, which seem to have been punctured by UPS during the delivery. So I'm hoping that everything is going to be okay inside the box. I'm hoping that everything is going to be nicely packaged and that the products themselves will be fine. But you can see straight away on this particular box there's a bit of a gash on the bottom there, so hopefully, touch wood, everything will be okay. So this is the pedal box, really nice. Unfortunately the puncture marks have gone through to the box, which is a bit of a shame. One of the reasons why I like to pick up my gear from a physical shop rather than having to order it over the internet and having it delivered. I hate ordering over the internet. So if we open up the box itself, the first thing that we get is a Challenge McLaren card. Put you and your gear to the test and win prizes. Sign up for the G Challenge today at logitechgchallenge.com. So I'll just pop that to one side for the moment. So I'll do a close-up shot, but inside the box we've got the pedals themselves and then a couple of boxes either side. So if we just lift out the pedals first of all, and I'll just put the box to one side just for the moment. So the pedals are very heavy. They ship in this plastic covering, which just slips off, and immediately you can feel the weight of these pedals. They're very, very heavy, very heavy. Now they are covered in plastic, and a lot of people have mentioned about the plastic to me, but the plastic is very, very good quality. It's very well molded. It looks as if it's a really good quality, but you can feel the weight in here. The important parts of this pedal board are all steel, so the internal parts, the bits where the pedals actually mount to the base, so it's really, really rock solid. You probably won't be able to see on the camera, but there's a Pro icon here with a little bit of like cellophane or something over the top to protect it, and the Logitech G logo at the back, again protected. We've got three pedals on here. We've got the clutch, the brake and the accelerator or the throttle. Multiple locations where you can locate the pedals simply by undoing the Allen keys. So I think we've got a couple of positions on the throttle and probably 1, 2, 3, 4, possibly 6 positions for the brake and the clutch. Around the back it comes pre-fitted with a couple of springs, one on the clutch and one on the accelerator, and then you've got the elastometers, or however you say that word, in the load cell brake pedal piston here, and we can adjust those to make the brake harder or softer. But just pressing them at the moment, the clutch actually seems a little bit heavy for me, although I'm not going to be using it very much. In a real car, the clutch pedal goes down very quickly and very easily. There's quite a bit of push that you need to move that pedal. The brake pedal, as I expected, not a lot of movement on the brake pedal, which is really good, and quite a nice lot of feed from those elastometers inside. That's actually a really nice action. And of course the throttle pedal, whoa, that's nice. There is, you're going to need to push it, but there is a nice bounce back on that, so you're going to really be able to feel that. And I think with this I'm going to be able to work my throttle better than I have done previously. So really nice. On the back, and again I'll do a close-up, you've got these sliders where you can undo the Allen key bolts here, and you can move the pedals around within these sliders quite a bit. There's probably, well, there's a gauge on the back here, so there's a roughly, yeah, probably about 7 centimeters of travel either way on those sliders there. We've then got a few wires up the top here, A, B and C, that are for the 3 pedals, all nicely managed and nicely tucked away. So if this is on the floor, then that is going to sit there nicely. There's also some, they're not sticky strips, they're like rubber strips. So if you are going to mount this on the floor, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 rows of slips, sticky, slippy, rubbery things, I don't quite know what you want to call those, which hopefully is going to mount that on the floor quite nicely. And with the ability to move the pedals around, it does mean that you could put the brake and the clutch closer together. If you are just left foot braking and right on the accelerator, you wouldn't need to do this. But if you're using the clutch but you're also blipping the throttle when you are changing gear, then you could bring the brake and the accelerator slightly closer if you wish. If you are only going to be running, let's say in Gran Turismo, and you're running with the flappy paddle gearbox, you could take out the clutch altogether and just have the accelerator and the brake in here mounted, and then move that to the side. So if you're working on a rig where you've got a center pole, then that might be good for you, because then you wouldn't need to be having your leg around that center section of your rig. For me, I'm just going to leave the setup exactly as they are. With regards to the quality of the pedals, they've got like this brushed steel on the front of the pedals, the plates, which looks absolutely beautiful, really, really nice. And overall, it just really shouts quality. They really, really do look good. How they're going to stack up against the Fanatec Club Sport 3 pedals, I'm not quite sure. I did have a go on those on Kushti's setup, and they were really good. But overall, really, really pleased with the pedals thus far. So I'll just put those there. Coming back to the box, we have a couple of boxes in the top here that we can pull out. The first box has got replacement springs. So these springs are either going to be softer or harder than the ones in there. I'm going to need to check the paperwork and see which are the springs and also which ones I would prefer. I'm probably going to go with the default ones first of all. In the bottom, we've got some replacement elastometers, or whatever you call that name. They're like dampening bits for the brake pedal, where you can make the pedal stiffer or softer depending on your preference. There's also a little pot of grease for the pedals, and I believe that we just need to grease those if you change the dampeners. And of course you've got the Allen key to adjust. So at the moment we've got everything that we need. There is one thing missing within this kit, which I'll probably come to later on. But for the moment, everything we need for the brake pedals are in the boxes. In the second box, we have got some paperwork. So there is the usual important safety information. You've then got a G sticker, so nothing too exciting there. You've also got the cable to connect this to the base. That's just a USB to a mini USB connector. And then we've got a quick start guide which includes how to install the elastometers and also the different combinations for the different amounts of travel on the pedals. And on the back of it you've got a guide on how to connect it up to the base unit, and also the different configurations for the pedals. Again, I'll do a close-up shot of that. So that is pretty much everything that is in the box for the pedal set. So let me, I'll just leave that over there for the moment. I'm going to push this to one side and then we'll bring in the other box. So again, like the pedal box, unfortunately we've got some pretty deep holes that have been punched into the box by UPS. Now these boxes are actually open because when I took delivery, because of the cost of this gear, I did actually open them up with the delivery guy on the doorstep to make sure that what was in the box was what I expected to be in the box. As you open up the box, you're presented with the blue Pro icon and the Logitech logo, and again you can see that those puncture marks have actually gone through, so I'm hoping that everything is really well protected inside. So I'm just going to put this down on the floor for a second and take it out of the box because it is very heavy. So a very nice, good quality box, play to win on the front, all embossed with different writing, direct drive, 11 Newton meters peak performance, 16-bit Hall effect sensors and a lot of other information about this particular unit. Got a picture on the back or on the side there. On the front of it you've obviously got the Logitech Pro, the True Force with the image, so a really nice box. Unfortunately we have got those puncture marks. Now I'm going to pop this down on the floor for the moment, but before I do that I'm just going to open the box because I believe that when you open it we have some really nice embossed images here. You're not going to be able to see that on the camera, but there's an embossed image of the base unit and there's also an embossed image of the steering wheel itself, and then as you get into the box you get this beautiful Pro again. You get Pro branding all the way through on this particular unit. Let me just pop this down on the floor. So just getting into the box. So on the top we have this card which has got Pro on one side. On the back we've got, as with the pedals, like a quick start guide, so the items that are in the box, how to mount it to a desk, how to mount it to a rig, connecting up to your PS5 or a console. You then got your brake pedals and some basic information about the controls and how to set them. So that is sitting on the top of the box. In the top here there is a play to win. Let's just open up that, just a little box. Again in here we got some important safety information and the Logitech sticker. Let me just close that up. And I will do some close-ups on the camera for this, but the box is filled with really good high quality foam. So if I just lift out the wheel here, you will see that that is mounted on a cardboard backing with this high quality sort of foam, very dense foam. So if anything has come through the box, it is going to be protected from all of this packaging. And the couple of marks in the top of the box there, I can see straight away that it hasn't gone right the way through to the wheel because it hasn't actually marked the card that was on the top. So this is the wheel. Let's just take the packaging off of the back there. Put that to one side. The wheel comes packaged in, it's not quite a bag, it's sort of like a cutout slidey thing with the normal G on it. It's material, but it's obviously just to protect the wheel a little bit. The wheel is, wow, what can you say? The quality of that is outstanding. The leather is absolutely beautiful to the touch. The band across the top, I would have preferred that to have been blue as it is on the G29, if I'm honest. This is just like a light, subtle grey, a steel grey, which you can sort of lose within the wheel. It would be nice if that was more of a blue colour. The switches have all got a very nice tactile feel to them. The dials have got a beautiful action. As you're turning those, you can feel it turns, it locks, it turns, it locks. As you are going to be racing, that's a very, very, very confident feel to those particular dials there. Very, very nice action. Don't know about the layout at the moment. The layout is going to take some getting used to because it's very different to the G29. But it looks as if all of the buttons are easily accessible whilst you're racing, even with your changing gear. Because these gear paddles are very deep, they're deeper than a lot of the other wheels that I looked at, it does mean that even if you're working the dials at the bottom here, you can still reach with your fingers, you can still reach the gear levers, which is good. On the back you've got the quick release system, which is very similar to most. You just squeeze it up, locate it onto the wheel, and it will automatically release and set onto the wheel. We'll have a look at that in just a moment, but the quality of this is beautiful. It even looks great. The brushed steel with the G logo in the middle and the PS5 button there, or the PlayStation button, because you can use it on PS4 as well, looks really, really nice. I have to say that one of the things that put me off about the Fanatec system, their GT Pro, was the wheel. It did look very plasticky. This looks completely at the other end of the spectrum. There's a good weight to this. There's a lot of metal in it. You've got the leather as well with the nice stitching, and it's just a really, really nice wheel that really does look very quality. And the gear levers as well, the action there is absolutely beautiful. A lot of good feel, and even with the clutch pedals, yeah, just a great feel to them. So really liking what I am seeing so far with the quality of this gear. And one of the things that Logitech did say to me on a number of occasions is that this is a really, really quality piece of kit. Okay, so we'll just slide out this next piece of packaging, put that to one side, and then we have the base unit, which is, oh my word, there's only one word for that, and that's heavy. That is heavy. Again, really nicely packaged in the box. The box has actually been specially designed so that it accommodates the contours of the base unit really, really nicely. Again, it is protected not only by the packaging in the box, but it has its own, it's not quite felt, but it's a very good quality material. It's quite thick, and again we've got the G logo on the front there, but that is to obviously protect the base unit, which is a bit of a monster. I'm really hoping that this is going to fit onto my GT Omega Prime Lite rig. We will find out. It does have a plastic outer shell to it, but all of the important parts in here are metal. So obviously the direct drive inside is metal, the shaft is metal, and more importantly, on the bottom you've got the mounting plate, which is solid metal and obviously connecting to the metal inside. So all of the important structural parts of this unit, much the same as the pedals, are metal, and then you've got the plastic on the outside, and even the plastic looks really well molded. The high gloss parts are protected in the in this little cellophane, sticky cellophane type stuff, I don't know quite what you call it, and on the back you've got the connectors, and again all protected by this cellophane over the back of there. So not a lot to really say about the base unit at the moment. You've got the dials at the top and things. You've also got the little pull-out bit if you're going to be mounting it to a desk, but not an awful lot to say at the moment, not a lot to see. Mounting the steering wheel to the base, first of all we just need to bring the locking mechanism in, move the dial, the base around, just slide that on, and that locks into place really, really nicely, and the action there is really, really good too. To take it off, it's just the opposite. Just bring it towards you and that just slides straight off. And in fact, you don't even need to do anything next time. The second time you want to put it on, you can just slide that on to the base, and then that is located really, really nicely. So I'm just going to take that off for the moment, pop that up the back there, and that is our base unit. So other things in the box, there's another little warning piece of paper, another McLaren Challenge piece of paper there. We've then got a box of bits and pieces, otherwise The rest of the box all just seems to be packaging, nothing in there. So in this particular box, let's have a look and see what we've got. Okay, so in here on this side we have got the, oh, this is the desk mount. Okay, the desk mount is made of plastic, again very high grade plastic. Nice action to unwind and to wind up. Now that is all plastic, so whether that would wear over time or not I don't know, but might need to think about that if you were putting it on and taking it off your desk all of the time. But there's certainly plenty of depth to the thread on there, so that looks rather nice. The Pro symbol on the front, and yeah, very nicely made. It's got a fairly good weight to it. It's not heavy, but you can tell that that is well made as well. So again, everything in this kit is really shouting quality to me. We've got a kettle lead for an international connector, which we won't be using. Let me just put that one to one side. We've got a kettle lead with a UK plug on it, obviously all important. We will be using that one. We've then got quite a sizable brick for the power. So that is a big old heavy bit of gear. With the Logitech there's no having to buy additional power packs. With the Fanatec, if you go for the 5 Nm option and you want to upgrade to the 8, there's another power pack to buy with additional expense. With the Logitech you're getting everything in the one box, everything you need. Some people say it's a bit of a downside to the Logitech gear, the fact that the ecosystem consists of just the one wheel, the one base, the one set of pedals, etc. But that doesn't worry me too much at the moment. And then we've got the USB cable that will then connect that up to the console. So that's everything that is in the box. I'm just going to close that up at the moment. And I've got to disassemble my rig, so one of the things I am going to do is to package all of this back up again. But that is everything in the box. Is it worth the money? It's not cheap. I was fortunate I got mine on a Black Friday deal, and I also had a contribution as well, which from a third party, which has helped to make that decision. So I'm quite fortunate in that if this doesn't work out for me, theoretically I can sell this and go up to the Fanatec if you want. But to be quite honest, looking at it, it's really good quality. I love the feel of both the pedals and the steering wheel. Everything looks to be really great. So at the moment I'm really happy with my purchase. Is it worth the money? At the moment, after looking at the Fanatec Pro, the Gran Turismo Pro wheel, for the deals that you can get on that, I would say that that is probably the better deal at this moment in time. This does look good quality, but a lot of it is in how it is used and how it feels and how it drives. Obviously I haven't looked at Moser, but then Moser you can't really use on a console, so you've only really got the Fanatec and the Logitech gear. So I think I'm going to park the question of whether it's worth the money until I've got it hooked up onto the rig and I've used it for a few days. So I will be doing a video of it on the rig, and I will be doing a, well, you're going to hear on the live stream when I'm using this gear how well I'm getting on with it. And yeah, I'm going to leave it there. That is the gear, all 3 of the key items. So tonight I'm going to start stripping down the rig and getting it on there. So I'll see you on a video with it on the rig very soon. If you're new around here, please subscribe and hit the notification bell for when that video goes live. If you could please hit the like button, that would be fantastic for this video if you found it useful. And I look forward to seeing you on another one. Take care for now. Bye bye.